Welcome to Behind the Bench, a show where we bring you a closer look at local musicians and artists performing in the 4 states. I'm your host, Sukriti Brathuki.
And I'm Colin Hammonds. And today we have the Gutter Divas, a local band that plays groove-based music influenced by desert rock and alternative rock. This 3-person group has played locally and has a little story behind their unique name. We'll get to hear a little bit more about that later, but first, let's take a listen to their first song, Such a Long Time.
Chemicals connect me and you. And you know I've waited for a long time for the chemicals connect me and you. Tongue. You're seeing what it's like to be young. Don't question, you won't know that it's wrong. So just listen up and play along. And you know I've waited for a long time for the chemicals connect me and you. And you know I've waited for a long time for the chemicals connect me and you. Whoa. Long time for the chemicals connect me and you. And you know I've waited, yeah, such a long time for the chemicals connect me and you.
We're back with Gutter Divas. How are you guys doing today?
Awesome. Thanks for having us on today.
Well, thank you. Could you please introduce yourselves and mention the instruments that you play for the band?
Sure. My name is Heath Brown. I'm the guitarist and singer for Gutter Divas.
Hi.
I'm Andy Wilson. I play bass.
I'm Randy Kell. I play drums.
It's nice to meet all of you here today. So can you give us a little bit of insight on the creation of the band, like what brought you guys together, and then potentially, can we get to that name, Gutter Divas, and how that became?
Yeah, sure. So Andy and I, along with our founding drummer, Tony Martin, we met together because we played in a cover band called Stowaway Gypsy. That band played its final show before taking indefinite hiatus on July 4, 2017. And kind of from the ashes of that, Andy and I put our heads together to try to figure out what was going to happen next musically, and this is what it is that we created. So.
Basically, just didn't want to quit playing music, and Heath and I were on the same wavelength as far as wanting to do something different from the band that we had been in, and here we are 9 years later.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're still making music, still figuring out along the way what we're doing, but having a great time doing it.
Yeah, and where did that name Gutter Divas originate from?
Yeah, we're just awful bowlers, you know. So, but you know, the uniforms look great, you know, the matching polos and stuff. So we just kind of joked that we were the Gutter Divas because we're so bad at it.
You know, how does any band name come about? It's a real process. We must have had several pages full of names, and I think it was actually Heath that kind of a hometown throwback to you know, some folks maybe.
Yeah, just kind of the nomadic people around town, if you will. That
Really
just,
don't mean you any harm or anything like that, but just kind of the folks that are don't have a lot, but only maybe don't know any better about
Sure.
it, and just kind of happy-go-lucky, and that's we just kind of thought it was a great name, and we've stuck with it. What the heck?
It's very unique. I like it a
I was
lot.
gonna say,
I
it
love
sticks
that.
with you.
Well, so can you tell us when the band started and who was the main motivator to get this band going? I mean, I know you guys just mentioned it, but then is there a particular thing that you started, like, this is the day that we want Gutter Divas to be, you know, introduced to the world? So is there some kind of story behind it?
It really was just kind of, we wanted to play music and we knew we wanted to keep playing music. It's honestly a big thanks to Andy here because he was huge in, you know, encouraging me to, you know, play lead guitar and sing and be a front person for the band. And so honestly, without his encouragement to do that, I mean, we wouldn't have taken that step, you know.
I appreciate the kind words, but Heath is just an amazing vocalist and guitar player, and I'm one of these people who, without a band, I don't know what I would do. I've played music all my adult life, so I need to have some kind of outlet for it, and Heath is just a great musical partner to work with. So it was a matter of, selfishly, I had to have some partner to keep this thing going, and he worked out great. And then we were working with a drummer, initially Tony Martin, and then Tony started having a family, and we can't hold that against a proud father of some beautiful young children, so his priorities switched, and we were so fortunate to have Randy then join us. And along with Randy joining us, our sound has gone through another evolution, and we are here not back, but only stronger than ever, and I think rocking a little harder than ever.
We just wanted to do something different and try something different. We kind of started out with some cover material to kind of shape it and form our sound and use that to inspire what we would write.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So from what I've seen, the little bit that I have seen, you guys play with quite a bit of passion. And so I am just kind of curious, do you guys come from musical families already?
My love of music comes from my dad, definitely. He's an old rock and roller. I grew up listening to the Led Zeppelins and Pink Floyds and, Leonard Skinner's and Ted Nugent's, and so I didn't start playing guitar until I was 15, but music has always been there, and it's just always been something that, I've enjoyed listening to it, and since I started playing, I've fell in love playing it,
I mean, my gosh, I remember picking up bass in high school, and it was just like, well, this is it. I found a friend for life, as it turns out, so, and then along the way I've picked up other instruments, but I've always come back to bass.
And I've always played drums. My great uncle, I started off with his drum set. My grandmother gave it to me, and went from there. He paid his way through medical school playing drums and digging graves. And my mom was a vocal teacher and piano teacher. She's got a music degree. And her dad was a clarinet player with Judy Garland. So it kind of goes way back, that side of the family. My dad's side, not so much anything.
But yeah, that's beautiful. As a band, do you how does your band differ from other local bands?
I think that we're we stand apart because the cover material that we play, nobody else is playing that.
Nobody
the
else.
original, the original music that we create, obviously nobody else is playing it, but I don't think anybody else has a sound like that. And it's not, you know, I don't mean to sound arrogant about that. It's just we play what we love to play, and we make noises that we love to make, and put it together into a song soup, and try to, you know.
And the eclectic mix that we all listen to in our spare time, it does come into play when we write together, because it is a group process type of writing process that we use for the most part.
So next up, we're going to take a listen to Drunken Desperation. Can you guys give us a little bit of background about that song?
Yeah, that actually was the second Gutter Divas song that we ever had. It was, I like to describe it as a bad Arctic Monkeys riff. And, you know, around the time I wrote it, I had a friend that had gone through a breakup and kept drunk calling his ex and drunk texting his ex. And I kind of couldn't relate to it. I didn't understand, like, where does that feeling come from? So I wrote the song trying to understand, like, that mindset of, like, what is that like to have your heart broken, want to forget that person, but then can't. So that's where Drunken Desperation came from.
Well, here it is, Drunken Desperation.
Wanna live your home, drunken desperation. Now we're reaching for the phone. If you're still awake, and if you're alone, leave the door open. Don't make me spend the night on my own. My cloudy eyes and my altered mind. I need a partner, and I'm running out of time. Everyone's got a lover, but I got your number. So why don't you pick up and let me come over? Don't let me down, you know I need you now. I'll be dead on a Tuesday. Wonder if you're home. Don't get desperation. Now we're reaching for the phone. If you're still awake, and if you're alone, leave the door open. Don't make me spend the night on my own. You haven't answered my text, so I sent 5 or 6, or maybe 13. I lost count of them. Is someone else there? Are you doing your hair? Why won't you pick up? I thought that you cared. Don't let me down, you know I need you now. I'll begin on a Tuesday. Wonder if you're home. Drunken desperation. Got me reaching for the phone. If you're still awake, and if you're alone, leave the door open. Don't make me spend the night on my own. If you're still
And we're back. So, what does the process of creating a song look like?
Most of our songs, I'd say probably 85%, if you want to put a number on it, of our original music starts in a jam session. We get together and just jam for 5, 10, 15 minutes on the same idea and just kind of let whatever happens come out. We'll set up a microphone in the room and record it and kind of cut out the good meat, if you will. And we'll take our time, listen to it, and kind of shape that concept. and just kind of take it from idea to concept to maybe kind of instrumental song, and then fill in the lyrics, once we've got at least an idea of what the music and sometimes even what the music structure is going to look like for us.
So, like, do you guys prefer to play original songs you've written or covers?
Sometimes what will happen is we will do an original and people are convinced that they have heard it before from somebody else. And, well, yeah, we take that as a compliment of sorts, but yeah, so that will happen. They're just sure that isn't that by somebody else? It's like,
Yeah.
no,
That's
actually,
us.
That's us. Thanks.
Well, yeah, so you clearly enjoy playing your originals.
And we love doing the originals. We started off, as I say, initially we had to do more covers just to get out there and have music to play. And when you do covers, you can't help but put your own little twist, your own
Yeah.
sound to them, and that's fun. But no, originals is where our real passion is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So whenever you guys get together for a show and you guys get on that stage and you're ready to play to an audience, do you guys go in with a set expectation of what you want the audience to experience themselves?
For me, it's just have fun. I mean, there's not really anything secret or special or deep in our, lyrically. Trust me. I'm just kind of making stuff up or reimagining situations or scenarios I've been in or seen other people in. It's just about fun. I mean, for me, rock and roll is fun. Playing rock and roll is fun. Playing with these guys is fun.
Right.
And I want people to want to sing along, to want to dance along, to want to party along while we're playing on stage.
What local venues are your favorite spots to play?
Yeah, Porch Fest, the North Heights Porch Fest event is an awesome place to play at. Also want to give a shout out to the now shuttered Flicker Bar and Arcade. James and Kelsey were two of our earliest supporters, and they were some of the first people to say, yeah, we'd love to have you come play, and they were definitely the first people to invite us back. And they were always there for us and always gave us an opportunity to play music and kind of figure out what we were doing and what we were trying to do and where we were going with it. And yeah, definitely. Thank you, James. Thank you, James and Matt and Maddie and Kelsey for, helping us out. We appreciate it. We love you guys.
That's sweet.
So you guys are playing in the 4 states, of course, right now. It has been mentioned that an ultimate goal of your guys' is to play on Circuit B. Could you guys give us a little bit of insight about that and maybe some other goals that you want to expand on for the future of the band?
Yeah, we'd love to, end up, opening or, shoot. I mean, we'll take it all the way to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame if somebody would, give us the place to. But, somebody's got to give us that chance to. We just want to find a way to, share our music and play music and maybe pay our bills, make a little bit of money doing it.
What is it, at the end of the year, we're supposed to maybe be at Canes?
Yeah.
And we did the Riff in Springfield, opened up for some people, and now we're going back to do a couple more, so a lot of concert stuff and
That'll be
opening
fun.
act, that's what we like to do.
Do you guys have hopes of, performing it for full time, or do you enjoy how it's going, like the part time?
Yeah, if if we work hard, we don't take ourselves seriously, but we take playing music seriously, if that makes any sense,
Yeah,
right?
of
You never know who's out in the audience, or who's going to love what you do, and for the right opportunity, absolutely. I'd pursue a career in
One
music
job.
for sure. Yeah, right.
So next up, we're going to take a listen to your guys' song, Feel So Good. Can you give us a little bit of background on that one?
Yeah, this song, for anybody out there familiar with our music, you can call this one Feel So Good version 2. The original version, we wrote that with our founding drummer, Tony. It's on our first record, Out of the Gutter Into the Streets. It's available on YouTube if you care to listen to it. The original song was wanted to be a prog rock song so bad. There's a lot of different kind of time signature elements in it. And whenever Randy came into the band, we're introducing him to our music, and he said, "Hey, I've got this idea for Feel So Good. Like, can we try it that way?" And there's no egos in our band either. So I was like, yeah, sure, you know, take us through what you're hearing, and you know, and it took us a little bit, but once we kind of figured it out and polished it up, that's the version that we performed for you here today.
Well, here it is. Feels so good.
Softest touch is hardest to quit. Mutual lust, contagious mutual sin. Slither emotion, winding up tight. Cuffed and emotion, might come to bite. And if you want, give up if you lose. The choice is yours. I wonder, what will you choose? So tell me, what will you choose? And you know that I just can't wait to do it again. 'Cause you know that it feels so good to do it again. And you know that I just can't wait to do it again. 'Cause you know that it feels so good to do it again. Moon breaks the clouds, midnight is high. Head back and howl, you're the queen of the night. Play with your prey before you finish the kill. Can't stop the animal till it gets its fill. Give in if you want, give up if you lose. The choice is mine, I'm praying, what should I choose? Oh God, what should I choose? And you know that I just can't wait to do it again. 'Cause you know that it feels so good to do it again. And you know that I just can't wait to do it again. 'Cause you know that it feels so good to do it again. And you know that I just can't wait to do it again. 'Cause you know that it feels so good to do it again. And you know that I just can't wait to do it again. 'Cause you know that it feels so good to do it again. To do it again. Oh yeah, to do it again.
And we're back with the Gutter Divas. Well, are there any future plans of creating an album or trying to get a record deal? You know, let's say just taking the next step forward.
Yeah, we are working on creating some new music. I think we've got about 5 new songs that we haven't recorded yet. with some more, we've got some jams, that we've been working on, and we'll go through, our little process, try to polish those up, and hopefully, if I had it perfectly my way, we would have somewhere like 12 to 15 new songs by the end of the year, so we can maybe, record 8 to 10 of them, once the calendar turns over. So
It's doable.
What kind of accomplishments and achievements have you guys gotten so far?
Well, so far we've released 2 albums on YouTube, and we've been stalwarts of the Porch Fest scene that we are so proud to represent and continue to support. And I consider us wily veterans of the weekend warrior bar scene, both locally and regionally. So, there's a certain amount of ragged glory that goes along with that, I think, that we're still together after the ups and downs of playing locally, to anywhere from 1 person to 100 people and everything in between.
Can you guys tell everyone where we could go, or provide some info on where we could find you guys on social medias, maybe websites to get booked, where we could find your future events, just things like that?
yeah, absolutely. Follow along on Facebook and Instagram. You can listen to our first record, Out of the Gutter and Into the Streets, and our second record, No Glasses Needed, on YouTube. We'll also, to kind of celebrate the North Heights Porch Fest 2024, we're going to have our soundboard recording from Porch Fest 2023 ready, and so be on the lookout for that. There'll be updates whenever that's out on Facebook and Instagram, so you can head over to YouTube and check it out.
As we end the show, we do have one more song. Can you tell us about There's a Monster Behind You?
Correct, yeah. That song, truthfully, that song lyrically was inspired by the old Scooby-Doo Where Are You cartoon. There's always that part where they run into the ghost and there's the chase scene, and admittedly there's a whole lot of, that's the chorus, it's coming to get you, like that's the spooky space kook, coming after Shaggy and Scooby, so yeah, surprise.
Big Scooby-Doo guy, so I love that.
Nice, thank you,
So
thank you.
You're in good company.
Well, thank you so much for being here. That ends today's show of Behind the Bands. I'm your host, Sukriti Brathoki.
And I'm Colin Hammonds. We're going to leave you today with There's a Monster Behind You, an original by the Gutter Divas. Thanks for watching.